Silver has something else planned after a pullback from all-time high values. We're going to describe the remarkable thing that silver has accomplished today, and it is quite astonishing. Let's discuss it as we delve in. And what is that remarkable thing? Well, a fresh record peak for silver's value measured in nominal dollars. I'm going to clarify that again here in a moment. But first, let's mention a little bit about what occurred today, because it is Christmas season. Now, it is still early in the month of December. Many individuals are likely getting ready for Christmas, but what I'm referring to has nothing to do with the holiday. It's the shades on the charts or on the graphs for gold and silver. That's right. In fact, all the precious metals are glowing like a Christmas tree. And that is part of the astonishing thing that silver is doing today. Gold is lower, it's in the red. Silver is higher, it's in the green. Platinum is lower, it's in the red. Palladium is higher, it's in the green. And rhodium is lower, it's in the red. It's like a Christmas tree, red and green everywhere. You know what? Whenever you're considering purchasing or selling your precious metals, check out Summit Metals. Now, I believe in keeping long-term a core stack that you always cling to with diamond hands, as you know. But nonetheless, Summit Metals is the place to go to browse their website for superb products, competitive pricing on some items, and excellent customer service. Elevate your wealth with Summit Metals by clicking on the link in the description below. Now, what's happening with silver today? As I've just provided you an outline of all of the markets with metals, the fact that gold is lower significantly, a 0.5 percentage point. It's down $21.30 to $4,211.30. Silver is higher almost 1 full percentage point now to $58.61, slightly beneath the top that we witnessed in the market, up 56. That high was $58.69, a fresh record high nominally. It's incredible. Now we're less than $1.50 away from $60 silver, which we may witness. But the thing is I have guarded optimism because I was fully expecting a fallback because of worries of overheating, which is what we witnessed earlier in the day. Reporting from mining.com, we witnessed a pullback from a record high earlier in the trading session with a key technical indicator showing that a 6-day surge has taken silver into overbought territory. Silver trading earlier beneath $58 an ounce. In fact, beneath $57.50. The low today was $56.52, by the way. That's more than $1 beneath the all-time peak when it was trading at the publication of that piece. And traders have been wagering on ongoing supply tightness and expectations for another interest rate reduction in the United States, which is a tailwind for non-yielding precious metals. What is the market? What is the Fed Watch tool indicating now? It has risen now to 89.2% likelihood that in just a few days the Fed will trim interest rates another quarter point, 89.2, with only 10% thinking that rates will stay the same. And the 14-day Relative Strength Index shows that this recent speculative enthusiasm may have gone too far too quickly. A reading above 70 shows that the momentum is overheated, which means that we could still be in that overheating of the market right now. But so far, it's surged past some of that uncertainty that we witnessed earlier in the trading session. We now have advanced beyond rational momentum. Daniel Gali, senior strategist of commodities at TD Securities, said in a memo, "Demand expectations have decreased across all categories, leaving investment demand as a primary catalyst today, citing weak physical trading in London's over-the-counter market." The rally in silver, which climbed more than 8% over the prior 2 sessions, has been driven by wagers of extended supply tightness since record levels of the metal flowed into London to relieve the historic squeeze that we witnessed last month in October. Other trading centers have come under strain. Inventories tied to the Shanghai Futures Exchange's warehouses recently reached their lowest in over a decade. Silver and gold have been assisted by climbing expectations that the Federal Reserve will deliver another interest rate reduction. Markets have priced in an almost certainty of a quarter-point cut at the Fed's final meeting of the year. Silver dropped 1% to $57.42 an ounce earlier in the trading session, and gold has edged as well. So that's the context of what we're viewing. So the Relative Strength Index, something we're viewing as a technical indicator, And being in an overbought zone, I think likely we're going to continue to see that unfold as we observe what's occurring. Expect a decline sometime. But today we can celebrate another nominal peak, and momentum very well could shift, and we could continue to witness silver ascend. But here is where it becomes truly astonishing for silver: the gold to silver ratio. That's right. The gold to silver ratio has now tightened to beneath 72. For the first time in a long while, it's at 71.98. The fact that it's trading in the exact opposite direction of gold is quite a potent thing between those two metals. And that's a much larger issue than platinum and palladium trading opposite of each other, which is uncommon as well. But still, with the fact that silver sustaining and continuing to climb strongly and hold on to the surge, and yet peak yet again, is quite revealing. So it could be that the market is functioning in such a manner that silver is gaining traction and building upon that traction into the next stage of what could be a prolonged bull run. But again, overbought, overheated. Those are expressions you're probably going to hear for a while as we continue to rise, which means we should expect a correction in due time. When that correction will occur, no one really knows at this stage, but it could occur at any moment. But be ready. Now, I just purchased some silver today. A special kind of purchasing, believe it or not. Well, first of all, that's not counting what I bought today at my local coin shop, more silver dimes. That's right. These are winged Liberty dimes, fairly high quality, that I acquired at my local coin shop and got these for, I haven't actually computed. I think it is still beneath spot by the time the price rose. I think likely it is beneath spot for sure. But that's the kind of silver that I'm acquiring. But also check out bargains like at Summit Metals and other places as well. But it is fascinating watching as you make a purchase. I think the first thing you should consider is a price increase or a price decrease. In other words, spot price declining the moment you press that buy button. You should almost anticipate it, especially with the surge continuing to present itself here.
So just purchase with that bit of caution, and then I think you'll be in a better position to absorb any sort of market movements because it is a volatile market. It's going to keep being. The volatility is all working in silver's benefit right now. And for you, if you purchased a week ago, you're sitting nicely right now, no question about that. And if you purchased a month ago, even better. A year ago, much, much better. But we've been indulged with silver, and with it reaching this high, I'm honestly still astonished to witness these figures. But nevertheless, you have to keep in mind and consider that all good things conclude with regards to this matter, and should not deter you one bit, one way, shape, or form with regards to silver's performance over the long haul. How should we regard silver? We should regard silver as a hedge against economic instability, a hedge against inflation. And that is truly the bottom line as to what it is. Even more significantly than that, silver is wealth outside of the system. And that is absolutely profound. When you hold these silver ounces in your possession, you are telling the bankers, the institutions, the governments around the world that you are holding wealth that cannot be controlled by them in its physical state. And the value, many individuals feel the value can be influenced, but nonetheless, that is only for so long, and we're witnessing proof of that today. No matter what your opinions are on manipulation, suppression, or what have you, silver is performing quite well, and it has always been a reliable store of wealth over the long span of time. And that's how we should regard it. Yes, indeed. And so whether it be of any type of product that's out there, silver is silver. You know, the salivate metal, which is still available over at essumitmetals.com, this thing, as well, is just silver. Yes, no matter what's imprinted on it, what it comes down to is what the metal is itself. This is 2 troy ounces of fine silver. But nonetheless, these things are a bit costly over there at Summit Metals because they had to purchase a smaller quantity. But nonetheless, something like this you should only have in your collection just as a keepsake, a piece, a novelty piece, not something that you should rely on for any collectability, that sort of thing. Same thing with most of the silver that you observe here. Some of it a little bit more elevated premium than others. Secondary market expectations for silver differ, and what local coin shops are offering for silver is less and less these days. There has been a surge of selling of silver to local coin shops, seeing that more and more, and witnessed it even today when I visited one of my local coin shops. And they're able to pay less now because of that. Some individuals are stunned by it, but it's the way the market is shifting these days. They are getting overwhelmed again because of the recent increase in price. So there you have it. There's your market summary for today. Let me know what your opinions are in the comments section down below. I strive to bring you the newest updates and information on the world of precious metals, so hope you will consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. So with that being stated, I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.